Hello, good evening, ladies. This is your host, Club out the Clubhouse Sports World, coming to you live right here, Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County area. That is. Today, ladies, I'll talk to you guys about the very latest on the Washington football accusations. By the accusations, by the way, the very latest on that, and what fate could await Dan Snyder for sure. On that particular note, I'll talk to you guys also about the fact that James Harden was seen wearing a thin blue line mask, by the way, and he could be in trouble for that. The CFL team Edmonton Eskimos are going to change their name, which they must. The Bronco Twins are going to go to the play Alabama football, by the way. Everyone didn't say much about salary cap, by the way. Yasiel Puig has coronavirus. And pretty much also the fact that Ron Rivera and AJ Green just signs a $18.2 million franchise tag tender for 2020 season. So that's all news I'm gonna have for today. But I want to start things off with the very latest on the big storyline from yesterday on the Washington Post. Now, as many of you guys know, yesterday that 15 women they came forward with these allegations. One of them is Emily Applegate. She was a former Washington marketing coordinator, by the way, and she has felt issues of abuse, and apparently they will not tolerate that though. So this did happen under Dan Snyder's watch. So I'm gonna read you some statements. Well, Dan Snyder's and Ron Rivera's in the NFL statement, and it says right here, and Dan Snyder said these reactions. He says right here, quote, the behavior the behavior that was described in Washington Post article yesterday has no place in our franchise and society. This story has strengthened our commitment to setting a new culture and standard for our team. That is, the process began hiring new coach Ron Rivera early this year. Beth Wilkinson and her firm are empowered to do a full biased investigation to make any and all requisite recommendations. Upon completion of her work, we will institute new policies and procedures and strengthen our human resources infrastructure to not only avoid these issues in the future, but more importantly, create a team culture respectful and inclusive of all. Now, here's what Ron Rivera said about these allegations. It says right here, quote, the biggest thing we need to do is move on from this and make sure everyone understands we have policies that we need to follow, and that we have an open door policy with no retribution. My daughter works for the team, and I certainly won't allow nor condone any of this. I can tell that right now for sure. And also want to read you the NFL statement right here, and it says right here, and it also says that quote. Now here's the NFL statement reaction to this though, and there could be some repercussions that could be awaiting there for sure. So here are some statements, by the way, and eventually the statements that are going to be shown here, I'm gonna get you guys in that just for sure. So little information that I'm gonna get you guys into, and it says right here that quote, that these matters are, as reported, are very serious, disturbing, and contrary to the NFL's values. Everyone in the NFL has the right to work in an environment free from any nor all forms of harassment nor abuse. Washington is engaged outside counsel to conduct a thorough investigation into these allegations. The club has pledged that it will give its full cooperation to the investigator, and we expect the club and all its employees to do so. We will meet with the attorneys upon the conclusion of the investigation and take any action based on the findings. Now, I can tell you this, though, that Washington football, many people are going to assume that Dan Snyder was covering this whole thing up. A lot of people are going to assume that Dan Snyder didn't say much, and you got all these women, you got these 15 women out there that are pointing fingers at Dan Snyder, assuming that he didn't know much of anything. Obviously, the cat's in the bag now. So now we know that Dan Snyder is, in fact, well, could be his ownership with the Washington football is going to be in peril. Now, same for these allegations, for sure, I can tell you that there will be some repercussions awaiting them for sure. I will say that for sure. Now, here's the statement. Here's the article. It says a few months after Applegate started working for the Washington football in 2014. This is Emily Applegate, by the way. She's also the marketing coordinator. Marketing coordinator, by the way. She settled into her daily routine, meet a female coworker in their bathroom during their lunch breaks. She said to commiserate and cry about the frequent sexual harassment and verbal abuse they endured. Cried about the former chief operating officer's expletive-laced tirades. Applegate said when she recalled him calling her effing stupid, and then requesting she wear a tight dress for a meeting with clients so the men in the room have something to look at. Cried by a wealthy suit holder who grabbed her friend's backside during a game. Applegate said, and the difference the team's top sales executive displayed when she complained. Most of Applegate said they cried about the realization that their dream job working in the NFL came with what they characterized as relentless sexual harassment and verbal abuse that was ignored. Some cases condoned by top team executives. Now, Emily Applegate is among one of the 15 women who told the Washington Post they were sexually harassed during the time at the club. 14 women spoke out on the condition of anonymity, signing a fear of litigation because some signed non-disclosure agreements, by the way. The team that threatened legal retribution, they speak negatively about the club. Tina declined a request in the Post to release former female employees from these agreements so they could speak on the record without fear of legal reprisal. Also says right here that Team Dan Snyder declined several requests, and there were some text messages with more. Now, the story involves interviews with more than 40 current and former employees and a review of text messages and internal documents. Dan Snyder declined several requests for this interview, and the Post detailed allegations and findings to the club. Three employees who are named here, the accused of these allegations are none other than Larry Michael, Alex Santos. Those of them on there accused, by the way. And statement the team said it hired Beth Wilkinson, by the way. They take these actions of employee conduct very seriously. We do not speak to specific employee situations publicly. The allegations of conduct are brought forward and come right out that are contrary to these policies. We address them promptly. Now, it says right here that also another name that actually did come up would be Alex Santos, one of the guys. Even guys such as Larry Michael, Alex Santos, and basically Dennis Garrett, that is. Now, also they're pretty graphic. I will say that for sure. Now, 7 former employees said Michael discussed the physical appearance of female colleagues in sexual and disparaging overtones. Calling on the high mic, speaking about the attractiveness of college-age intern. Declined an interview request, and he retired Wednesday. Now these are the 3 guys that were released, by the way. I will say that for sure. So basically, Rhiannon Walker reported for the Athletic, informed club manager Santos had pinched her, told her that she had a backside like a wagon, repeatedly asked her to date him. Interview with the Post. Nora Princiani, a reporter for the Ringer who covered the team, also said in an interview that she was harassed by Santos. He was released last week for sure. Told the female employee that he and his colleagues debated whether her breasts had been surgically enhanced, and another text message told another female employee to expect an inappropriate hug and don't worry that there will be a stapler in my pocket, nothing else. Males also fired last week, by the way. Dennis Green, by the way, he was among the individuals that was accused of this incident, by the way. So quite frankly, this occurred from 2006 to 2019 last year. So I can say though that these are the individuals that are in peril. 15 and Emily Applegate and the other 14 women that by the way, they could intentionally file a lawsuit against Dan Snyder. And it's no secret that Dan Snyder this may have been a cover-up. But not only that though, Dan Snyder could also be released. So make no mistake about that. And apparently This isn't gonna look good. So it's a really bad look for Washington football themselves. They're a dumpster fire. Everybody knows it. Not only that, they could also face repercussions. Now, Washington football can face repercussions ahead of these allegations. I can tell you that right now. So that is pretty much all you have to know for that. Is the very latest on the Washington football allegations, where 15 women, Emily Applegate, Julia Payne, and the other 13 women, they came forward with these allegations of sexual harassment, misconduct, and verbal abuse. By the way, the text man, if you read the Washington Post article, you'll see what's disturbed. I mean, the article is very disturbed, by the way, and apparently, Dan Snyder's got to go. So this is what I'm referring to. Washington football, they have been a dumpster fire for the past several years. I mean, look, first it was the name change for sure. The next thing you know it, you got Dan Snyder looking like a piece of trash, refusing to change the name. And then the next thing you know it, name's going to be changed for sure. They retired that name. And then this, 15 women would be come forward. Emily Applegate and Julia Payne, they come forward as allegations against these. Damn it. Start doing my. This just sucks, man. Nothing goes right. Why'd you run away? Why'd you run away? I give up. That's it. No. All right, sorry everybody. As I was saying before, though, that these 15 women, Emily Applegate and Julia Payne, and all these other 13 women out there, they could also follow suit on Dan Snyder, by the way. And not only that, they may intentionally have to I don't know, maybe just seek custody and probably notify me. They probably may have to have Dan Snyder apologize. But I'll tell you, I will say that Dan Snyder has to apologize not only to 15 women out there that were accused, that were victims. Sorry. Not only does Dan Snyder would have to apologize to these 15 women that were victims of sexual harassment and misconduct at the Washington football facility. Also, he would have to apologize to himself, apologize to his teammates, to his piece of trash teammates, his dumpster fire team, that is. Apologize to the fans, the viewers, the subscribers, and everyone else out there. And all the other individuals and all the other top executives out there. So if Dan Snyder, where's the apology and all that? Really? Where was the apology in your statement, Dan Snyder? Where was that? Nowhere. So Dan Snyder, you better apologize to these 15 women out there that were victims of sexual abuse, misconduct, and harassment, by the way, in the Washington football facility. And you better apologize. You better pray that you will lose ownership. You better pray that you don't ever walk into Washington football facility ever again. I will tell you right now, Dan Snyder needs to be let go of Washington football for good. Because it's no secret that Dan Snyder may have covered this whole thing up. So if in fact this is a cover up of this, then it's over. Dan Snyder would have to go. Dan Snyder had to face repercussions. And not only that, he'd be let go. I would say that right now. If that ensues, game over. And I mean game over for that. It's all over for him. I can tell you that. So yeah, Mitch Gershman as well. He was also he berated Applegate, routinely berated for a true homicide printer malfunction while also complimenting her body. To the former female employee supporting Applegate's account of her sexual harassment and verbal abuse by Gershman, left him back in 2015. Applegate's now 31. Said of her year working as a marketing coordinator at the club. She left in 2015. She says that we all tolerated it because we knew if we complained, they were reminding us of this. There'd be 1K people out there who would take our job in their heartbeat. Gershman does all the Applegate's allegations. Now, none of the women were accusing Snyder nor Bruce Allen, by the way, of inappropriate behavior with the women, but they expressed skepticism that the guys were unaware of the behavior they alleged. You're going to assume that Bruce Allen knew because he sat 30 feet away from me, saw me sobbing at my desk several times every week. He said right here, Bruce Allen was released ended last year, because after the fact that they've been terrible, And the fact is that Bruce Allen nor Dan Snyder, they were not accused of incidents, but these 15 women were blaming them for the understaffed human resource department. What they viewed sophomoric culture of verbal abuse among top executives they believe played a role in how these executives treated their employees. He belittled the top executives, by the way. Snyder belittled the top executives. Tennessee Green, former sales executive who Snyder mocked for having been a cheerleader in college. Wednesday staff meeting, according to one, Green said Snyder had ordered him to do cartwheels for their entertainment. Says, and Julian Payne right here simply says, never been no more hostile, manipulative, passive aggressive environment worked in politics in the Clinton administration since 2003. Julian Payne did not witness nor endure the sexual harassment. She supported what many other former employees said about the culture under Snyder, which is a toxic wasteland, toxic environment, by the way, which it was. And I will say this right now, that must experience of their livelihoods. And I could tell you, though, that stemming from all this, that Washington football is a dying team. Yes, they are a dying team right now. Now, stemming from these sexual abuse allegations, harassment, misconduct allegations, I can tell you this right now. Dan Snyder's going to have hell to pay. He's going to have blood in his hands. And like it or not, he's going to face the music. So I said just moments ago that Dan Snyder's going to apologize to all these women out, these 15 women out there, and apologize who actually were coming forward with these allegations of these former Washington employees that are accused of harassment and misconduct and verbal abuse, by the way. And obviously, you know, it's uncalled. It's extremely uncalled for. It's complete disrespect. So I'm not gonna read the whole article, by the way. I could for sure, but unfortunately, you know, if you guys want to check out the article, you can check it out the Washington Post or check it out on the Facebook.com/213 capital K capital B. Because I can tell you this right now, that Dan Snyder is going to be leaving. Is going to be walking out the door. When he does, that's it. You're not going to see Dan Snyder at football field ever again. You won't. I mean, this sort of like relates to the same thing that the Dallas Mavericks got themselves into when their workers were when there was worker misconduct there or workplace misconduct there. That Mark Cuban had to address this whole thing. That he may not have been aware of that, and basically he had to apologize and had to send all the money into all these donations out there. So clearly, it's safe to say that Washington football in this instance, well, Dan Snyder's going to explain how it all went down. He's going to have to know. He's got no choice. I mean, he was a statement though, but he has to apologize and address what exactly ensued. He needs to address it. He needs to do what needs to be done. Apologize to everyone else out there. Apologize for refusing to change the name, for making some little piece of trash, for refusing to change the name first. Apologize to all these 15 women out there. Apologize for being a dumpster for our team. Apologize to these 15 women that come forward with allegations against your own stable. You're in a circle, by the way. And Dan Snyder, the Washington football, you're a dying franchise. You're the biggest piece of trash in history. So, fans, you can say whatever you want. But somewhere down the road, there's going to be some disciplinary action. And there may be some arrest warrants being issued. And not only that, I mean, even though the 15 women didn't notify the police, which they did not, by the way. So basically, you know, these women that is coming forward with these allegations, text messages that were sent, well, says it all right there. So that's not going to look good. This is a bad look for individuals out there. And I can tell you this right now. The Washington football has been a dumpster fire for the past several years. Low record, name change had to be made, and now they turn a lot more of a dumpster fire because it's a culture that had 15 women coming forward with those allegations against these former employees, accused of misconduct, accused of harassment, and accused of workplace misconduct and abuse. So I hope Dan Snyder walks out the door. I hope Dan Snyder's out the door because Dan Snyder's got some teams. He's got no choice. So this is on him now. So pressure's on him. I will say it for sure, everybody, on that note. So that's all I'm going to say for that. And others I want to address, by the way, AJ Green signed an $18.2 million franchise tag tender for the 2020 NFL season. So that's big news right there. I can tell you that. So amazing effort. Also, another news of the Bronkemeyer twins, Tommy and James, they will be going to play football for Alabama. So congrats to them on that. And others I want to address, by the way, James Harden was addressing the thin blue line mask, by the way, or the Blue Lives Matter mask that he wrote down, that he wore. And Orlando Bubble says right here, I didn't intend on making a political statement. The only word to cover my whole face and beard. I'm in the process of doing that now. He still supports Black Lives Matter. He says I'm in the process of doing that now, regardless about police. People, and there's people out there that they're just doing their own job and all makes their BS statements, by the way. And basically for him, look, James Harden, first of all, you should not have worn that mask. The ones that Blue Lives Matter, they don't. Black Lives Matter. Get it right, James Harden. Because James Harden, you right now made a terrible mistake. I'll tell you this, Amy, is anyone going to buy into that nonsense? Are they really, James Harden? Are they? I think not. Because James Harden, you're arguably one of the best talents out there. You're MVP. We all know it. And next thing you know, you come around with the thin blue line mask. And James Harden may not have been aware of that. James Harden has some criticism for sure. Not only that, he can also face some discipline. He can also be fined, suspended, and face disciplinary action. And that can be arrest warrant that's looming for James Harden, by the way. If that happens, that's game over for him. So fortunately for him, James Harden, get a different mask. Wear a different mask that is not in sight a thin blue line. Get a different mask. I don't know, a black mask, a red mask, a green mask, blue mask, white mask. Get something that's not involved Blue Lives Matter, all right? Because they don't matter. Not all lives matter. None of that. Not Blue Lives Matter. No. Black lives matter the most. James Harden, think before you act. So, James Harden, I hope you learned your lesson on that because James Harden, you made a terrible mistake. I don't think people are going to be buying that because, like it or not, James Harden, you're in trouble. So, not good for you, James Harden. Not good look right there. I can tell you that. And others I want to address, by the way, Yasiel Puig tested positive for the coronavirus, by the way. He was asymptomatic, and he is feeling better and fine already. He is quarantined as of right now, so he's going to wait the testing results, by the way. So hopefully he gets well for sure, which he will. So best news there. Also, some others I want to address, by the way. A-Rod on the didn't say anything about the salary cap for the attempts to buy the Mets. The players' leverage changed the size, fighting off owners' salary cap. That is proposal with a 7.5 month strike in 94-95. The rising NBA and NFL changed the equation along with the digital media and said players association should work collectively with the MLB to raise sports market share. Only way that will occur is if they get to the table and say the number one goal, let's get 10 to 15 bill and then split the economics evenly. That's type of conversation instead of bickering against each other because there's too much competition out there now. Wait, so basically, we'll see. Now, J Lo and those sentiments temporarily backfired, but A-Rod, by the way, he's tending to make another bid. So we'll have to wait and see that unfold. We'll have to wait and see this all going to unfold. I can tell you that right now. So that will be no surprise to anybody. I can tell you that. And perhaps that right there sets the tone. So I will say that for sure. So that right there says it all right there. And that right there's going to say it all. I can tell you that right now. So also this I want to address you guys this though that I'm going to address you guys about the fact that Conor McGregor, he takes a dive at the French Rivera, by the way. So that's surprising news. I mean, he celebrates 32nd birthday getting a 620K watch. So get credit to that. So I got to leave credit for that. Also, there's so that a CFL team that knows the Edmonton Eskimos, they're going to change their team name, by the way. And after fans say that it's racially offensive to the Inuit people, by the way. So it's a good move for Edmonton Eskimos, by the way. And you got to give them credit's due. So that's all you guys got to know for that. And amazing. I will say that for sure. Also this, I want to let you guys know about this, that EA Sports, they have removed the logos and the team name of the Washington Football at the team forthcoming changes. Last minute change to the popular football simulator game was first reported by Kotaku. Now, Madden NFL 20 is going to release on August 25th, by the way. So here we are pleased to see Washington's decision to change their team name and visual identity, and EA representatives said in a statement, "We're quickly working on to update Madden NFL 21 feature generic Washington team. Way final word on the updated team name and logo design." So that is all there is to it for now. And they're going to be made available to the EA Access players that include audio commentary updates, by the way. So that is all there is to it just for now on that note. And perhaps that says it all. So EA Sports, that is, they dropped the name, Washington Football name, and that Madden NFL 21 is going to be updated. It's going to be coming out on August 21st. Or it's going to be August 25th, by the way. So that right there says it all. Even though they're accused of misconduct and allegations, by the way. So really, not looking good there, not looking good there. I can tell you that. So Washington Football, they're just trash. That's all there is to it. Also know there's that the felony charges for Kenny Stills and Portia Williams, they have been dropped from the Breonna Taylor protest arrest, by the way. So that's surprising news right there. I can tell you that. And obviously, they were arrested this past week. That is for during the Breonna Taylor protests in Louisville, Texas. So that didn't look good right there. I can tell you that. So no surprise to anybody. I can tell you that right now. So that's all there is to it. And that's what we said. So there's also Montrezl, he left the Orlando bubble, that is, for a family emergency. That is, Zion Williamson left the team bubble. And then Montreal leads the team bubble as well. So basically, not looking good there. Really not looking good right there. I can tell you that right now. And that's all there is. So then we're sitting on that note. I can tell you that. So big mistake right there. Big mistake right there. So that's all there is to it. And if he tests positive, and if he's got the coronavirus, that's it. So thoughts and prayers out to Montreal Sales, members and his fans. That's all there is to it just for that. And also, guys, I know it's Krispy Kreme's birthday, Krispy Donuts' birthday today, and it's also World Emoji Day. And just send out your favorite emojis anytime you want. World Emoji Day, Tattoo Day, favorite tattoo, support your tattoo. As long as it is not a watch the football tattoo, which it will not be. I can tell you that. So watch the football, they've been trashing tattoos. And stemming from the allegations that came out yesterday. Not a good look there. Really not good. So this came out just yesterday, and I can tell you that Dan Snyder's got to go, people. Now, folks, you can say what you want, but Dan Snyder's this is the end of the road for him. This is going to be the end of the era for Washington football. It's going to be the end of an era for Dan Snyder. So Dan Snyder's going to apologize. These women, it's over. It's all over. And basically, if he doesn't do that, well, he'll be released. Apologize to his fans. Apologize to women that victims of sexual abuse, misconduct, and verbal abuse, by the way, harassment. So hopefully he does that for sure. And what is that? So stay tuned for that. And more developments can be coming on the way for that. I can tell you that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do right there for the Clue Level Sports Board. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the Clue Level Sports Board YouTube channel and Facebook page by any means necessary. Be sure to send me your comments, your thoughts on the latest on the Washington football allegations. By the way, let me know when it comes to what your reaction thoughts. Do you think Dan Snyder should be released from the Washington football for good as the owner, sell the team? You think that Dan Snyder should be apologizing to the 15 women that came for these allegations of harassment, abuse, and misconduct? By the way, let me know about that in the comment section. I'll address response to that. Also, let me know exactly what your thoughts about that are. I'll address response to that. Tell me what your thoughts on the CFL team at Edmonton Eskimos changed their name. By the way, even though it's racially offensive to the Inuit people, let me know when it comes to. I'll address response to that. What's your biggest take on the Brogmeyer twins Tommy and James going to play Alabama football? Let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely address response to for sure, buddy, on that note right there. What are your thoughts on AJ Green selling an $18.2 million franchise tag tender for 2020 season? Let me know in the comment section. I'll just address response to that for sure, buddy, on that note right there. And so your thoughts praise out to CL Puig. He's had the coronavirus and will get himself quarantined. That is, by the way, let me know about the comment section. I'll address response to that. What were your thoughts on everybody saying that there was no salary cap for attempts to buy the Mets? Let me know about what are your thoughts and reaction? I'll just address a response to that for sure, everybody, on that note. What are your thoughts on Ron Rivera taking the dive to the French Riviera Beach? Let me know about the comment section. I'll definitely respond and address that for sure, everybody, on that. That's all there is to it for now. Say thoughts breaks out to Montreal Sales. He let the second player lead the bubble, by the way. Feeling emergency, let me know about the comment section. I'll just address that for sure, buddy. So thoughts breaks out to him. That's all there is to it. So I have a breaking news, stream times, live updates, much more than the Clue Level Sports, everything sports, everything. So that's all I got to say, bro. Take care, everybody. You guys have a good evening. Please be safe out there. Bye-bye.